Hi YouTube, welcome to the 14th edition of the vlog. For this one I'm going to be doing more talking than bowling, although there will still be a lot of footage I will use for examples. I'm going to spend this episode doing a review of the current state of my game, looking at the progress I've made since starting the vlog, and answering some of the questions that come up in comments. Before I get started with my own stuff, I need to give a couple shoutouts to a couple companies who provided excellent customer service recently. These are not sponsored in any way. First up, as mentioned in the quick unpacking video, one of Christy's jerseys was ordered with long sleeves but delivered with short sleeves. As soon as we told them about it, they started working on a replacement, which arrived today. So a fantastic turnaround from them on that one. Second, I had one of my KR Strike Force 3-ball rollers suffer a really big rip along one side next to a handle. I emailed KR's customer service, told them about the issue, and asked if I could possibly swing by since they're local to me. I got an almost instant response from Dakota, their customer service rep, who invited me by for a tour while they looked into what they could with my bag. They showed Christy and I around the place, which was super cool. Sadly, their production spaces and warehouse have a lot of overlap, so we couldn't shoot video in there because of trade secrets. But they were able to effectively repair my bag while we hung out for a bit, and it's basically brand new now. So big thanks to KR, Dakota, and the team there for all their help with that. I can't say enough nice things about them and their bags. So let's talk about my bowling. The first update is a pretty rough one. You may recall me having pain in my leg outside of knee issues, especially tied into my hip. I was able to visit an orthopedist last week, and I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis in both of my hips. This has been the main cause of a lot of the hip and leg pain I've been suffering from, and which has kept me from really being able to bowl more than once a week. You can see the effects of this in some of the stiffness and back strain it's put on me at various times. So after having that cut another league session short, I am shutting down bowling for a couple of weeks while I begin physical therapy. I will still have a plan for the vlog going forward, so don't worry, I'll be around. After my last video, I commented that I was considering making the change to switchable thumb inserts. Well, after a very brief consultation with my pro shop operator, we made the decision to go ahead and go forward with it. Given how big my arsenal is getting and how much my thumb apparently is responsive to humidity and temperature changes, having a small set of thumb holes I can maintain rather than managing a bunch of balls over the course of the event is just going to be so much easier and better for me in the long term. Next, let's look back at some of the things I identified as issues a while back. One of the first things was that I had inconsistency in my release. That was mostly solved by a fit change, which let me improve a ton on how much I gripped the ball. I still have some consistency to build there, but that's just going to take a lot more practice and repetition. The other big issue was that I'd spotted a consistency problem with my swing play. I've been working to fix that too, and had made some progress, but I got a comment on one of my videos that offered up an additional suggestion to help with that. The commenter had noted that my starting position had the ball held a good way away from my body, and that keeping it in closer and more balanced within my body would probably have a lot more consistency in my push away. So starting with my arsenal practice and into last week's tournament, I've been starting with the ball much closer and more centered. I haven't yet gotten enough data to know if this has actually made a big impact on my game, but I was extremely close to shooting 250 on my first game on a challenge pound last weekend, so it kind of hurt. I'll be doing some comparison videos as I get further along to see if I can spot any improvements in this area. For the final game update, this won't come as a surprise to anybody who's watched my videos, but the most common questions or comments I get regarding my bowling have to do with my super long slide that continues through my release. This is a thing I picked up in the late 80s as a kid. I never even realized it was a problem until a couple years ago. So I've begun what is going to be a really, really long process, both shortening my slide and changing up my timing so that I am planted prior to releasing the ball. As might be expected, this is not a change I can make overnight. But in consultation with some coaches on Luke Rosdell's Discord, I've worked out a plan. The first steps were already present last video. I've moved up on the approach from between the dots to the front row of them, which has slowed my steps down. This slowed my speed down enough that I was able to successfully switch to a less slidey sole on my shoes. As I get used to having a shorter slide, I'll keep doing drills and get that into my mind as the correct way, and then I'll start working on changing up my timing. I expect that to be the really hard part. Stay tuned to this channel to see how that goes. So that will do it for this update. If you like this sort of game update video, please be sure to let me know by hitting the like button, and definitely keep the comments coming. I appreciate the insight that comes from other observers, and while not all advice is going to fit in with my game, I do find it helpful to at least have that conversation. I hope you'll continue to watch my videos in the future. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to. And thank you for watching today. Good luck and good bowling.